Okay, in this lesson, what I'm going to do is hopefully show you a way to make a realistic background outside of your scene so that it appears to be realistic. One of the cool things that you can do here in Max is we can adjust a background to virtually any color, and we can also apply a image to that background. But that only tends to work when you are doing a nice still rendering. But if you are animating, which is what the key of this whole course is, we want our background to appear real. Now I'm going to show you something. This is going to be a two-part lesson here. In the first lesson, I'm going to show you a basic, some characteristics here of changing the viewport background, what to do, what not to do. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start rendering, and then in the second lesson, I'll show you the result of the rendering and why it doesn't look real. And then we'll go in and make some changes to that, and I'll give you the direction that you really want to go with creating a realistic background scene. So, looking at the simple scene here, I have a camera out here, and I just cut a hole in the wall for a window. Now, again, I would have taken more time to do a window frame and whatnot. Do a quick rendering. Notice it's going to take a few seconds here to actually calculate the settings, and then it's going to do a scan line. And notice here that my background is like a little purplish color. Yours is probably black. So in order to change that, if you're not concerned about things outside the window, we can make a quick change to that simply by going to the word rendering, environment, and notice where it says background color, mine's like a purplish. You can change that to any color you want. You could go, okay, green, and do a render. And of course, as soon as that renders out, you're going to see green outside of the window. Okay, so we can do that, and that's fine, but when was the last time you looked out the window and saw one solid color? It's not very realistic. So the other thing we can do is we can come up here, it says environmental map, select none, and now we're in the material browser, just like we were originally. We go out here, I'm going to navigate out to a folder in my maps, which is called, I think we have skies. Skies is pretty good. There's also one called backgrounds, but wow, that's a really nice background. We'll go ahead and apply that. And I'll do a render. And what's going to happen here is it's going to take that image that I picked and it's going to put it in a flat viewport such as that. So now it looks like maybe I'm on a third floor window of an office building, and that's the sky. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to animate, and I know we haven't done that yet, but I'm going to go ahead and animate the movement of this camera. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to raise this up, and I'm just going to keyframe it. We'll be doing this here in a couple of weeks, but I'm going to go ahead and type in 50, and after 50 frames I'm going to move this camera to the other end of the wall, trying to get like a pan of the room. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into render, set that up. I'm going to go ahead range 1 to 50 because 50 will be fine. And yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and change it to an AVI because an AVI is a video format. And I'm going to call it Office, hit save. I'm going to do it uncompressed. And now what I'm going to do is allow it to render. Now I'm going to go ahead and pause once this renders the first frame. I'm going to go ahead and pause it. And then what I'm going to do is after it's done rendering, I'll resume the video, and we'll watch the video and watch what happens to that background. Okay, now that we're back here, we've actually completed the rendering, and I can simply go out onto my desktop here. I'll just go to my documents, up to desktop, and I'll have a video down here somewhere that's going to be called Office. Now I can go ahead and see, because it has the AVI clip, if I double click on that, it's going to preview probably with Microsoft Windows Media Player, and I've got that here. Now it's a pretty fast rendering. This is an example of what not to do, giving someone a headache. I should have taken up to 300 frames to render this, but when I go back and if I do slow playback, look at the background at the window. Notice that the background stays stationary. Now, in a slower video, you'll notice it and it looks terrible. So I'm going to show you in the next lesson how we can prevent that illusion, which definitely looks like an amateur had done this. And of course, we know we're here to be professional.